Hey, good morning. It's a little after 4 in the morning and I'm heading to the Southern Cross train station. Although there's not a convenient direct train straight to Melbourne's airport, there is a sky bus for I think 36 Australian round trip. Drops you off right at the train station and I'll stand 1 block away. So I'm going to catch the early morning bus. I think they start running at 4 in the morning. I'm not going to make that one, but I'll get the 4:15 or the 4:30 and get out to the airport by 5 in the morning for my 7:30 a.m. flight to Hong Kong this morning. And that's where I'm heading, the Sky Bus. You'll need to do the math if it's worth getting an Uber for a couple. I see a couple here heading to the bus and they look like locals, so maybe they know what the cost of an Uber is, the 10 miles out to the airport. I'm sure it's not cheap. And there's the double-decker Sky Bus. So it's a nice clean bus, plenty of room for your luggage. So there you go, nice easy system. It was 20 minutes, I believe, maybe 25. Maybe give it 35 or 40 minutes in traffic. It's July of 2023, so you can look up the Skybus website for any changes. Right now it says they depart every 10 minutes, and I think the first bus is at 4 in the morning. I got on the second or third at like 4:20 a.m. And I'm flying Cathay Pacific. I'm lucky enough to be flying business class today for Melbourne to Hong Kong, and then business Hong Kong to Bangkok. Now I'm always way early for a flight. I'm 2.5 hours early, but you never know with traffic, getting to the airport in an unknown city and being 10 or 15 miles away. Plus, today I have lounge access. So I'm gonna head over to the gate. Probably there'll be no problem getting through immigration and security, and then just hang out in the lounge, jump on the laptop. Better earlier than late. Check-in went nice and smooth. Security, no problem. My passport has been rejected at 80% of the little kiosk I stick it into. I think the little RFD chip in there is acting up. Even up at the gate, the guy was sliding my passport and he said it wasn't working. He had to hand enter it, which is too bad because I think I still have 4 or 5 years left on that passport. But as long as they keep hand entering it, I'm not going to bother to try to get a replacement at the embassy in Bangkok. Security here in Australia is a little bit different than the US. Leave your shoes on, leave your laptop in your bag, leave your toiletries in the carry-on. They were a little concerned. I found a can opener, one of those screw-type can openers. Can't find them anywhere in Bangkok. I checked all the home stores. The only thing they have are those Swiss Army type kind of cutters, which I'm using a Swiss Army knife to open cans. Not that I open that many cans, but it's nice to have the little screw-type can opener. She asked me what it was, looking at on the little X-ray machine. She says, "Is that a pair of pliers?" And I said, "No, it's a can opener." And she says, "Okay, go about your way." Here's the Hungry Jack's at the airport, which is Burger King in the United States. Home of the Whopper. And I don't have the American Express card anymore. It's really kind of hard to use in Thailand. American Express charges a higher percentage to the merchants, so many of them don't take it. But I do enjoy the American Express lounges. But today it's Cathay Pacific Business Lounge. You know what, I take that back. The Cathay Lounge is closed, and he told me to head to the Qantas Business Lounge, which I'm sure is going to be busy early in the morning for all the international flights taking off. And it worked out fine. It looks like the American Express Lounge is either closed right now or not open. And here's the Singapore Business Lounge. Looks like a pretty large size lounge. Qantas being part of One World. It's still pretty empty at 5:25 in the morning. Plenty of places for the laptop, and I see a printer. Let's go check out the food options. Looks like a nice salad. So overall, not a bad little lounge. Plenty of space, some good options, hot food, sandwiches, salad, nice little bar, wine, soft drinks, beer, compared to a lot of the lounges in the US where you're lucky to get a cookie and some Chex Max. I'll take it. But he's cracking open the champagne and wines down there. I forget which comedian said, the second you walk into an airport, all drinking rules are off. 5 in the morning, it's time for a beer. And they have shower facilities here in the lounge. Looks like they have a steamer to get those wrinkles out. And it looks like the American Express Centurion Lounge just opened at 6 a.m. I'm gonna set up shop here in the lounge for the next hour and a half, edit a little video. And they just called for boarding. That looks like a Cathay 777 right there. Today I'm on a 777-300 extended range, ER. Then my flight from Hong Kong to Bangkok's just on a 777-300. There's the Philippines airline flight and the Garuda Indonesia. Now here's the beautiful Cathay first class cabin. I've been lucky to be in here once, but not today. Today it's business, which is just fine. Yeah, first class is beautiful. I don't see anybody in the cabin today. The Cathay business suite is no joke either.
The cabin door for departure with all sound.
I think I was the last person on board today.
Thank you. Sorry.
So I just got the Cathay hot towel. Here's the seat controls. Nice size monitor. And then the seat's gonna lie flat. And that's the bedding and slippers. Here's out the window. Looks like a Philippines 777. And a bunch of Virgin Australia 737s. I just turned down breakfast. I ate too much in the lounge. I'm stuffed. Really good bacon. And I'm gonna have, I think, steak or steak bits or something it's called for lunch mid-flight. I think it's a 9.5 hour flight. I'm not positive. From Melbourne, Australia to Hong Kong. We are taking off a half hour late. I only had an hour layover, so hopefully we'll make up a little bit of time in the air. Now somebody had asked me about the wine and drink selection, so I'll go over it real quick. The champagne is from France. Taittinger Brut Reserve. White wine, Burgundy from France, or a white wine from New Zealand. Red wine is a Bordeaux, a Michael Lynch from France. Or, what is that, a Shiraz from Australia. And a dessert wine, they have a port from Portugal. And here's signature drinks, a Cloud 9, a Cathay Delight, non-alcoholic. Beer, handcrafted pale ale, classic cocktails, Garibaldi, a Bloody Mary, a Gimlet, a Manhattan, a dry martini, Negroni, Bombay Sapphire Gin, whiskeys, Johnny Walker Gold, and Jack Daniel's Canadian Club. Sorry if I'm filming a little crazy here. I'm trying to hold the menu and film at the same time. Other spirits, Bombay Sapphire, Campari, Bacardi Rum, Absolute, Hein Rare VSOP, Bailey's Irish Cream, sorry, it's still 7 in the morning. And juices, soft drinks, coffees, teas. Now the menu, I just turned down breakfast. Again, I'm stuffed. Wellness breakfast, lighter breakfast, Chinese breakfast, Western breakfast, express breakfast. And then lunch, I would like steak, so we'll see if that happens. Mint and pea soup, or salmon wasabi with mayonnaise. And then the mains, seafood egg noodle soup, portobello mushroom, or stir-fried chicken, or pan-fried barramundi fish, and I opted for the seared beef tenderloin with sauteed asparagus, cherry tomatoes, cheeses, fruits, vanilla bean cotta for dessert, or salted caramel cheesecake, ice cream, pralines. So there you go. That's the business class menu on Cathay as of July 2023.
Welcome aboard Cathay Pacific Flight 134 Boeing 777 service from Melbourne through Hong Kong. Joining me on the flight deck today, we've got senior first officers Phil
Cathay has a very international flight crew. A lot of the pilots sound English or Australian. I've even heard Americans. I've been on Cathay dozens of times.
With arrival into Hong Kong, passing range showers, temperature's going to be about 32 degrees Celsius. Charge of Cathay is in-flight services manager Mina. In a few moments she'll introduce her crew and show you aircraft safety.
And the captain did mention he's going to try to make up a little time in the air.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mina, your in-flight service manager on behalf of Cathay Pacific and Norris team.
Thank you very much for Alaska Airlines and their mileage program, the opportunity to fly business class for near free. So on this 777 extended range, they have the first class cabin, and this is a little mini cabin. I think there's 10 business seats, and then there's another business cabin behind some restrooms. And once again, I'll put a link to my how I fly in business class and first class with earning airline miles. It's no secret, it's through credit cards. You can check out my video in the description if you're in the United States and you want to get a couple of credit cards and try to get up in the business and first class cabins. It's a lot nicer when you're crossing an ocean, and I've been lucky to cross the Pacific, I don't know, a dozen times round trip in business or first class, and it's really nice. Even on this flight from Australia to Hong Kong, it's still almost 10 hours. So absolutely I could do it in coach if I had to pay for it. That's where I'd be sitting.
Cabin crew doors for departure and cross-check,
But
please.
since I'm pretty careful with credit cards and earning miles, I get the opportunity to right up front. In this case, I think it was $70 tax, and I forget how many Alaska points, but not many. And by not many, I think it was 50,000 points, maybe less. Alaska's really good. If I were using American Airlines points on this same Cathay flight, it'd be 70,000 points. Again, I'm just pulling these numbers from memory. I could be wrong, but Alaska's pretty generous on their Cathay and Japan Airline redemptions. It looks like we have a Bamford amenity kit and the noise canceling headphones. Pretty nice size screen. I can't tell. Is that a 20-inch? Maybe a little bigger. And I love how other airlines around the world have these cameras. I don't think they do it on US Airlines. Here's the nose wheel cam. I think it was on Cathay. You used to be able to listen in to ATC communications, but I think they've since stopped that. The nose wheel camera is not the cleanest picture, but it's still kind of cool. Here's a little Bamford amenity kit. It's, what is that? Hand lotion, face misting spray, lip balm, toothbrush, mouthwash, earplugs. I think I'll use this little bag for something, cables or hard drives. I'm going to try to edit video for a couple hours and then get some rest. Time for a cold San Miguel. So they're serving lunch, and here's a salmon tataki with wasabi mayonnaise, and that is the seared beef tenderloin with thyme, asparagus, cherry tomatoes, potato gratin, accompanied by a leaf salad and balsamic vinaigrette. Nice little cheese platter.
With the service, and we do look forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Cabin crew, 30 minutes to landing. Thank you.
Welcome to our home, Hong Kong. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off.
A lot of construction going on here at Hong Kong Airport. So it was a nice flight. We had quite a bit of turbulence, but it just rocks me to sleep like a baby. It wasn't as easy when I was working on the laptop bouncing around, but no complaints. Beautiful first class product. I've been lucky to fly in Cathay first class once, Japan once in first class, and ANA. So no time for the lounge. They're waiting at the gate to escort us to the flight to Bangkok. It's already boarding, but I've been in the lounge here in Hong Kong probably more than a dozen times. So I'd rather just get on my flight and get on my way to Bangkok. So that flight was packed. That was a 777-300ER, and now we're getting on a 777-300 with non-lay flat seat, which is fine. It's a 3-hour flight, older plane. It'll be just fine. It's actually a good thing I got the staff escort, because there was a big, huge line at security for transferring, and I got pulled aside with my can opener again. But this guy hustled me up to the staff and crew line. I think they're pretty interested in getting me and 2 other people onto this flight to Bangkok. Now I need to take the train down to the departure gate. The plane's already boarded. There's no way me and this young lady and the guy behind me would have made this plane if that guy didn't hustle us through transfer security. So I'm really appreciative of that. So this is the business class cabin. It's not a lie flat seat, but it's still a beautiful recliner in a 232 configuration. Now on this 3-hour flight to Bangkok, to start, we have a smoked salmon with green apple, fennel, and celery salad. Then your mains, you could get steamed halibut. I'm getting the red wine braised beef, and there's also a Thai red curry pork. And for dessert, selection of ice creams. And we have champagne, a brut from France, Cathay cellar. White wine is from France, Masson John London, and red wine is from France, Chateau de Damacetis. Dessert wine is, I don't know what that is, a Chateau Phil Hot. I need my glasses. And signature cocktails, a Cloud 9 beer international, Garibaldi cocktail, Bloody Mary, Manhattan Dry Martini, whiskeys, Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker Gold, other spirits, Bombay Sapphire, Absolute, Bailey's Irish Cream. It says the time to Bangkok is 2 hours and 11 minutes. I should have known that. I don't know why I was thinking 3 hours. Probably because it takes 20-25 minutes to taxi to or from the runways here in Hong Kong. I think that's why it says 3 hours. Yeah, so when you get off a flight here in Hong Kong or Japan, they're oftentimes standing there waiting for you if they know you only have, whatever, 20 minutes to get to the next flight. So don't walk by that person and think, yeah, I can find the gate, no problem, because that guy, he probably saved me at least 15 minutes, maybe more, hustling me to the head of the line and through crew lines. And when I got on the plane, everybody was already loaded and waiting, although it looks like they're still loading up some cargo late, so I don't feel too bad. But I was definitely the second to last person on the plane.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Captain, my name is Scott Henderson, and on behalf of Cathay Pacific Airways, I would like to extend a very warm welcome on board flight 701, destined for Bangkok. Our flying time today is going to be 2 hours 17 minutes, and our initial cruise altitude will be 36,000 feet. We should be pushing back within the next 10 minutes, and we'll try to make up some time en route to Bangkok. Thank you. Now please enjoy the service of Cathay Pacific Airways.
It sounds like our captain today is maybe American or Canadian. Like I said before, Cathay has a very international flight crew. There's the Qatar A380 at the gate. All right, so I really lucked out. By the time I got off the plane, got through passport, walked through customs, maybe 15 minutes. Now they had the Disneyland ropes up. Looks like they've had some serious crowds either coming or going recently, but not tonight. I walked up, maybe 20 people in front of me. Customs here in Bangkok, usually not that big a deal. You just walk by and they selectively pull people over, but I didn't see them pull anybody over. So it's good to be back in Bangkok after this 30-day trip. I appreciate you following me along, and consider subscribing for more looks around Bangkok. Hey, take it easy. Have a great evening.